Welcome. My name is Associate Professor Charlene Kaler and I am the Deputy Director of the Marshall Centre. At the Marshall Centre we have many groups researching some of the most important issues facing the world today. Antibiotics have been used over the past 50 years to treat infectious disease and it has revolutionised our healthcare systems. Not only has it benefited human health directly, but enabled the establishment of massive global food chains associated with the agricultural production of animals. When they are ill, they are also treated with antibiotics. We now know that the use of antibiotics has resulted in the rapid development and spread of antibiotic resistance, which is resulting in untreatable infections. Modelling has predicted that by 2050, deaths attributable to antibiotic-resistant infections will increase and will overtake cancer as the major cause of death in human populations. It will cost the global economy over 122 trillion Australian dollars. We at the Marshall Centre have many projects working on new therapeutic options which will be needed to treat antibiotic-resistant infections. The following statements will introduce each of our program leaders and their projects at the Marshall Centre.
Hi, my name is Dr. Kate Hammer and I work at the University of Western Australia in the School of Biomedical Sciences. So my research interests are in establishing the activity of natural products against microorganisms. So I have a long history in investigating essential oils and now I'm focusing more on honey and in particular Western Australian honeys. And so we're trying to establish the levels of bioactivity within those different honeys and whether potentially they might be suitable as a medical product. And also just to increase their profile so that our Western Australian beekeepers have a new angle for selling their products both internationally and within Australia.
I'm Dr. Mitali Sarkar Tyson and the focus of my research area is bacterial infections, in particular understanding how they cause disease and how they cause infections in humans, and then identifying new ways of targeting the bacteria so that we can generate new novel therapeutics. We particularly focus on a gram-negative bacterium called Burkholderia pseudomallei, which is the causative agent of melioidosis. Now, the disease melioidosis is actually endemic in Northern Australia and in other tropical areas of the world. So we've identified several bacterial components that are important for bacterial survival. And this adds to our knowledge on how the bacteria can enter into our cells and cause serious infections. We've also engaged with collaborators in Australia as well as internationally, in particular with a group in Germany, to develop drugs that will target these components on bacteria as new therapeutics.
My name is Barbara Chang. I've been working in UWA microbiology for 40 years or so. In the Marshall Centre, my current area of research is in bacteriophage biology. Now, bacteriophages, or phages for short, are viruses that specifically kill bacteria. I'm particularly interested in the use of these phages as alternatives to antibiotics for treatment of bacterial infections, and this is termed phage therapy. There are many phage therapy centres now around the world, and the significance or impact of this work, my collaborators and I hope to contribute to some clinical trials of phage therapy in Australia. We would like to improve the outcomes for patients who have life-threatening infections with multi-resistant bacterial superbugs.
Hi, I'm Dr. Lucy Farfari and my research focuses on perinatal infections, and these are infections during pregnancy and in early life, so thinking mums and babies and how we can protect them. So one of the bacteria that I'm really interested in is group B streptococcus. This is a bacteria that pregnant women are screened for during their pregnancy so that we can eradicate it before the baby's born so it doesn't get passed on to the baby. So one of the problems with this is that it leads to a widespread antibiotic use within pregnancy, all just for one bacteria. So what my research is focused on is looking at alternative therapies and how we can become more targeted to that specific bacteria. So we've been looking at bacteriophage therapy, so looking to find bacteriophages that can kill the bacteria specifically rather than using a broad approach such as antibiotics.
Hello, I'm Dr. Heng. The research in my group focuses on the biosynthesis of specialized metabolites from microorganisms. Microbes such as fungi and bacteria produce specialized small molecules to help them thrive in their environment niches. For example, penicillin produced by penicillin mold helps compete with other bacteria and is used by humans as antibiotics. Therefore, many of these specialized metabolites produced by microbes that modulate the behavior of other microbes can play an important role in the dynamics of our human microbiome and can be harnessed for our health. Our group uses interdisciplinary approaches to dissect the genetic origin and the biochemical and chemical nature of the molecules and their mode of actions. By doing that, we hoped to develop new therapeutic strategy for treating infectious diseases.
My research program is developing a novel intervention strategy against the sexually transmitted infection gonorrhea. Western Australia has the highest rate of gonorrhea in the world, and there is an urgent unmet need to develop interventions for the remote communities where sporadic access to healthcare workers results in treatment delays. We are developing a narrow-spectrum anti-gonococcal drug to be used in medicated lubricants for self-administered protection. We believe this product will empower men and women to protect themselves from sexually transmitted infections in their community. Our goal is to reduce transmission of the disease and enable the eradication of gonorrhea from these communities. If you are interested in any of our projects, please contact us at our contact page.